So recently, I've been looking at the iPhone X as one of those iPhones that is so interesting to me because in the back of my head, I look at this particular iPhone and I'm like, this iPhone really isn't worth buying anymore, so to speak. I think there's a lot of reasons why it's probably best to avoid buying a particular device like this. But on the other hand, the most interesting thing about this particular iPhone is the fact that in a way it's still getting software updates. There's still a lot of love and a lot of capability behind this particular iPhone. And on one hand, I wouldn't recommend buying it, but on the other hand, I would kind of recommend buying it. And that's what makes this iPhone so complex. One of the reasons why I would look at this iPhone and not really recommend people to buy it is because it's not getting the next full OS update. It's not getting iOS 18. In fact, it didn't even get iOS 17. So because of that, this iPhone isn't getting the next generation of features and it's not really as secure as some of the newest iPhones. And because it's so old, the cameras are, kind of outdated, the processor's not as good as it used to be. And there's a lot of little things like that scattered throughout this phone that give me that particular opinion. However, on the flip side of this whole entire thing, this iPhone is still getting some security updates. It just got iOS 16.7.8 last week. I think it's going to continue getting iOS 16 updates even when iOS 18 is out. So I look at this particular iPhone from that standpoint too, and I'm actually very surprised, for the most part, that this particular iPhone is still holding up decently well from that particular perspective. So I look at this particular iPhone and I see a cheap phone that doesn't really cost that much money to buy anymore. You can probably buy for less than $200 all over the place. And you're getting an iPhone that's still giving you a very good OLED display, very good build quality. It still feels like, a $700 or $800 phone for the most part. Although it still is giving you a 60 Hz panel, no ultra-wide camera, kind of outdated chipset. This phone, for a pretty good budget phone, it does the job. There's phones that are still rocking Android 13, like the OnePlus 8 that I also just reviewed recently. And I'm like, wow, that phone, is also outdated with software, but it probably still got some security updates here and there, but mostly the processor and everything are still working fairly decently, which I'm very, very, kind of excited about. So I look at this phone and it's just a very, very complex device when it comes down to it. Like I said, on one hand, I like it, but on the other hand, I don't. And I just don't know if this iPhone would be one of those devices that I would recommend either people to buy or not buy. You can honestly make the case for someone to buy this iPhone or someone not to buy this iPhone. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.